What's up guys, it's T.Aubrey. I'm doing something a little different on the channel today. I picked out 64 of Lyrical Lemonade's music videos and I put them all randomly in a bracket facing off against each other, and we're gonna figure out which one's the best one based on this bracket. I am kind of stealing this idea from a channel called Hivemind. If you guys don't know about them, definitely go check them out. I'll put them in the description. They do a lot of music content. They do a lot of brackets like this. I'm a huge fan. I love them so much, and it kind of inspired me to do this. They haven't done one about music videos or Lyrical Lemonade. Since I kind of have a background in like shooting music videos, I've been a fan of Cole and Lyrical Lemonade since like 2016. So I thought it'd be fun to kind of put all these together and talk about them and introduce a new type of content to the channel. Let me know in the comments if you think it's a good idea, if you like the video, if you have any other ideas of stuff you'd like me to make, definitely let me know. I also started a Patreon. It's in the description. It's $5 a month. No pressure, but great way to support the channel if you want to. That being said, let's get into it. So it's 64 videos from Lyrical Lemonade. I picked the 50 most popular, and then I just kind of put 14 more in there that are random or just ones that are like older and might not have been as popular, ones that I like, whatever. I randomized the list and I sent it to someone so they could put it all together. So this is kind of my first time actually looking at it. Okay, so our first matchup is NLE Choppa's Camelot versus Lil Yachty's Poland. I feel like this one's pretty easy for me, honestly. I'd probably go with Poland. Poland obviously was a huge song, was kind of like a return to form for Cole. I felt like in terms of how the video was shot and like edited, it felt very run and gun kind of in the moment, which is where I think Cole really shines. Camelot, I think, was a really good song. The video was cool too, but I don't really remember a lot that stands out about it. Obviously Poland is newer, so it stands out more to me right now. But I also think it's just a better video in general, and like everything came together more cohesively. All right, we'll move that one right there. Oh, wow. Okay, so second, we have Rhapsody, Love Scars, Trippie Redd, and then we have Betrayed by Lil Xan. This one's kind of tough because, say what you will about Lil Xan, this is a good song, I think. I think it's kind of inarguably a pretty good song, at least sonically. Like, I think it's very catchy, and I also listen to it sometimes, to be honest. The Rack City video, on the other hand, I remember when it came out, I was such a huge fan of it, and like it felt like, I can't remember what year it came out. It must have been 2016 or 2017. I felt like it was a step up from the stuff that Cole had been putting out previously, and obviously, you know, Trippie Redd was kind of blown up at the time, and I like the features on it too. I'm trying to think in terms of the video. I don't know, I think Betrayed might be a better overall song, but I think the video, I think for Rack City, I prefer more. I feel like it was more creative and like, I don't know, it just felt more important in the trajectory of both of their careers. So let's go Rack City and Love Scars. Third matchup is Baby Wipe, Ski Mask the Slump God, and Tatiana by Blueface. This one's pretty easy for me too. I'm gonna go with Baby Wipe. I feel like that video was a lot more creative. It almost captures like a mood and moment in time of like what was going on like in the underground. Cole was coming up, Ski Mask was coming up, and I feel like the video just had a lot more of like raw creativity to it. Whereas Tatiana, I feel like the video was kind of, I don't know, I feel like Cole in recent years got a little like, everything started to look very like industry. And I understand, you know, he was working with like bigger budgets and stuff like that, but I feel like everything got kind of mundane and looked very industry for a while, and like there was a little bit of like the stuff that you can tell is Cole, there was just less of that going on, and it was just kind of like industry standard type of stuff. And I mean, that's a whole nother conversation. We can all probably, you know, make assumptions about why that was happening. Anyways, I think out of those two, I'm definitely gonna go with Baby Wipe. All right, next up we got Faucet Failure, another Ski Mask song, and Emperor of the Universe, which was Babytron. This one's kind of tough because I feel like Faucet Failure was more cohesive, and I think I like that song a lot more, honestly. But the Emperor of the Universe, the Babytron video, obviously was shot on the iPhone. I'll talk about how I feel about the iPhone videos later when I get to a different one, but I think that this one was done pretty well, and it was pretty creative and like done very minimalistic, which I felt made sense since it was being shot on the iPhone. There didn't seem to be a whole lot of other stuff going on, and I know Cole's intent with that was kind of to show people that like you can still make a really good video without a huge budget and a bunch of equipment, and I feel like that was highlighted especially in this iPhone video out of all the ones he did. I don't know, this is actually really tough, but I do think because of that, I think I'm gonna go with Emperor of the Universe. Faucet Failure is a classic though. Do love that video, but we're going Emperor of the Universe. All right. Next one is Lemonade, the Don Toliver one, and Blueberry Faygo by Lil Mosey. Kind of funny, we got 2 drinks. Neither of these really stand out to me. I feel like Blueberry Faygo was kind of having the same issue of looking sort of industry. They had like TikTok stars in it, and I just feel like it was pandering a little bit. Lemonade, I don't remember a lot of the shots in there. I don't feel like it was a very memorable video, but I do remember the scenes of the car underwater, which I thought was really cool and pretty creative and like matched the song very well. So I don't know. I think I'm gonna go Lemonade for this one. Next up, we got Robbery, Juice WRLD, and Kamikaze, another Lil Mosey track. This one's pretty easy. I think I'm gonna go Robbery. That song is great. RIP Juice WRLD. And I feel like that video was, I don't know, a much bigger production. The fire looked great. I appreciate the kind of loose narrative going on there. Just seeing Juice was just really good on video, and like I think he was a really good performer too. So I think his charisma helps the video too. I think charisma is kind of an underrated aspect of music videos. I think honestly the artist and their level of charisma or their attitude in the music video can kind of make or break the video. You can have a really great video and have it be undercut if the artist isn't like confident on camera or just really like matching the mood in general. Kamikaze, I do remember when it came out, I felt like, I don't know, I felt like pretty underwhelmed. But I'm also not crazy about the song. So I'm gonna go with Robbery for this one. Rest in peace, Juice WRLD. Next one, we got Out the Way by Yeat, and then Whipski by Snot and Lil Skies. This one is pretty easy for me too. I'm gonna go with Whipski. Out the Way, I don't know, maybe controversial take, is one of my least favorite Lyrical Lemonade videos ever. I feel like I kind of get what they were going for, but it just comes off more like a visualizer. I don't know, it's intriguing to the point where the first time you watch it, you're like kind of waiting for it to cut to something else. And it just never does. It's like waiting for a song to drop and then it never does. And I think the idea was kind of creative and like ambitious. I don't think there's a lot you can do with a video like that. It's just one shot. And like, I appreciate the VFX, but I don't know. I feel like someone like Yeat kind of deserved a more upbeat video or just more going on. I feel like, especially as he's on his come up, people probably want to like get to know him a little better and like get a better vibe for him, and just really the music video didn't do anything in regards to, didn't do anything for anyone like getting into Yeat. I feel like if that was the first impression someone had of Yeat, that it would be more negative than positive if they were already like on the fence about that type of music or just him as a person. I don't know, it's just boring and a little pretentious. I'm kind of hating on this video a lot, sorry, but that's just my opinion. So, and then the Whipski, obviously, really good video. I love the effect with the tires. That song is great too. I think Cole and Snot work very well together. Obviously, him and Skies work great together too. So, I feel like that was just destined to win this matchup. So, we're going Whipski. Ooh, this is kind of interesting. So, we have Pictures, Lil Tracy, and Mixed Personalities, YNW Melly, and Kanye West. I'm probably a little biased. I feel like Pictures, I go back to that video a lot and I love that song. Something about that video is just kind of special to me. It was Cole's take on emo rap, which he hasn't done a lot of. I guess you can consider Juice WRLD emo rap. I mean, he is emo rap, but this is like a different type of emo rap. It's more underground, I guess, and you know, Tracy, GBC, whatever, like it was more on that vibe than like kind of the pop emo rap that I think Juice WRLD is more a part of. And I think the edits in it were pretty creative too. Some of them I think haven't aged well. Like some of the VHS, it was like fake VHS. I don't think has aged well, especially when so many people are doing like actual VHS. But I don't think actual VHS was very popular when Cole shot this video. Mixed Personalities, I think obviously legendary for Cole to have worked on a video with Kanye. That's crazy, honestly. I don't know, I'm not crazy about that video. I'm not crazy about the 3D work, to be honest. I think it looks a little not great. I don't know, I just feel like it was trying a little hard to be something that it couldn't fully pull off. And I think I saw in an interview with Cole on the Nelk Boys podcast that he was talking about him and Kanye kind of had like a disagreement over the color grade. Not that that ruined the video. I think Cole wanted it in color and Kanye said black and white. And I think Cole kind of held his ground. My point is just to highlight, I don't know, it seemed like maybe everyone wasn't super on the same page about like what the final product was going to look like. And I don't know, I just feel like it was not super cohesive, not some of Cole's best work, and Pictures just kind of holds like a special place in my heart for sure. So I'm gonna go with Pictures. I think it's a pretty legendary video. All right, next up we have Walk by Comethazine and 21 by Polo GE. In terms of a better video, I think that 21 is definitely a lot better. I think the one-shot vibe like really works, and I think it was very creative. I love the color grade, or just kind of like the color palette of that video. I feel like it fits the mood perfect. And yeah, like I said, the one shot is pretty impressive. The VFX are pretty good on that video. Walk, I think it's a good video. Not super crazy about like kind of the narrative. It's a very loose narrative. Some of that humor is not for me. I don't think it adds much to the video overall. I guess maybe to like a broad audience, that's funny. You know, and people are entertained by that. Not a big fan of the narrative, and I think the video doesn't really have an element to it that's like special and stand out enough to beat 21 in this regard, just with the one-shot vibe of 21. I feel like that's just a much better video. So definitely going with 21. Okay, next up we have AI Nash by NBA Youngboy and Armed and Dangerous by Juice WRLD. This one is a little tough for me. AI Nash came out during COVID. I feel like it had been after like things had been kind of slow on the channel just because of that. And I was pretty impressed with the video. I think this is the one and only time Cole and NBA Youngboy have worked on a video together. And I really like that song, and I kind of love the video and the effects. Honestly, I love the like skeleton effect. I've tried to replicate that in one of my videos before. I love the rooftop shot, and I love that they kind of did it very minimalistic, and it matched the vibe of the song to me really well, and I think the VFX definitely added to that. Armed and Dangerous is such a classic though, and it had the whole kind of controversy where I know Cole posted it. I don't know the whole story, but I know Cole posted it and the label had it taken down, or that's at least what Cole said, because I think he dropped it like shortly after Juice passed, and I know this video probably meant a lot to Cole as well. But this song is a classic, and wow, I don't know. I really don't know what to pick. Probably just for overall better video, probably has to be Armed and Dangerous. I still feel like that's a little tough for me. AI Nash is kind of just a favorite of mine, and I loved Armed and Dangerous, but it's just a little tough. But I'm gonna go Armed and Dangerous for sure. Okay, this one's kind of funny. We have Snakeskin and STFU. Snakeskin by Trippie Redd and STFU by Famous Dex. Okay, so obviously this is where this bracket gets a little weird because it is my personal opinion. Snakeskin is obviously a better music video. STFU is very old. It's like one of the first Famous Dex videos. I think it's like got to be one of the first 5, I'm pretty sure. And I remember watching this video on repeat when it came out. And I was obsessed with Lyrical Lemonade, I was obsessed with Cole, and I was obsessed with Dex when this video came out. And I would watch it all the time. I loved it so much. And I feel like it does have a little bit of an entertainment factor, just that it's kind of a crazy video with the hotel room and he gets shot. It's just a crazy video. I like the performance scenes, and it's probably a little bit of nostalgia. It's a real classic to me. So Snakeskin, though, I do really like. I love the color palette and like the highlights of the red. So I love like the people all in red. I don't know. That's a pretty creative video too. If I had to pick my favorite song, it would be STFU, but this bracket's more about the videos overall. So probably gonna have to go with Snakeskin. I think that's a better overall video. So moving that one up. Next up, we got Ski Mask the Slump God, Catch Me Outside, and then Wiz Khalifa and Lil Skies For Real For Real. This one, I feel like it's kind of obvious. I think Cole working with Wiz is kind of legendary. I remember watching that video and I wasn't a big fan. There was kind of a thing that Cole was doing a lot, which I always thought was a little strange, where it was just like in a lot of his videos, like some old man would get like punched in the face at some point or something like that, or like tied up. I think an old man gets punched in the face, or like tomatoes thrown at him in this video. And it was just like, I remember watching this video and being like, cool, like I get it. And I mean, that's not to hate. Catch Me Outside, on the other hand, is a total classic. That video is like Hall of Fame music videos from that time period in general, I feel like. And that song is legendary too. So this is an easy one. Catch Me Outside, so easy. All right, next up we got Lil Skies and Rich to the Kid, Creepin', and Fuck a Swisher, which was Smoke Perp and Xavier Wolf. Creepin' kind of had the same thing going on that I talked about with For Real For Real. I think some like old guy gets tied up. And this video came out around the same time too, where, I don't know, I just felt like that was very played and it kept bothering me. Also the school bus stuff. I feel like Cole has done a lot of stuff with school buses. This video just seemed a little uninspired to me. So, I don't know, not my favorite video. Fuck a Swisher. Creepin', again, so this is where the list gets a little weird. Like, Creeping is still obviously a better video production-wise, but everything else I just feel like kind of falls flat. Like, I don't think it's that interesting. I don't think it's that impressive. It's like shot very nice, but other than that, I don't think it has a lot of personality. Fuck a Swisher, another really old video, kind of a classic. I mean, Cole Bennett and Xavier Wolf is crazy. Smoke Perp and Xavier Wolf is crazy. That video had a lot more energy, and like obviously it's super old, and Cole like was not near as talented as he is now, or even when he made Creepin', but kind of just for old time's sake and the legendary aspect of this collab with all three of them, I'm gonna have to go with Fuck a Swisher for sure. Okay. We have Lil Skies, and Eminem's Nat. I'm gonna be honest, guys, it's I don't like that song, Nat, by Eminem, and I think the video is kind of, I don't know, it just kind of felt like, let's do a video with Eminem for the sake of doing a video with Eminem. I know he had Godzilla with Juice WRLD, and this one came out after, and they had already worked previously, but this one just felt like it, I don't know, Nat just felt like it didn't need to happen. And I think I was really cool, and I love that song, and I think that was kind of another like moment in Lyrical Lemonade history. I think I is like an important video in the context of Lyrical Lemonade and Cole Bennett, and Nat is just kind of like uninspired to me, to be honest. All right, next up we have Honest, the Justin Bieber and Don Toliver collab, and then we have Blueface's Bust Down. I think the obvious answer here is Honest. Honest looked like it had such a big budget, and it looked like such a fun shoot, and I feel like it matched kind of the cinematic quality of the song very well, and it seemed like everyone had great chemistry, and I don't know, I just feel like that video is kind of the obvious choice. Bust Down, if I'm being completely honest, I don't fully remember. Is that the one with Offset on it? I think that's the one with Offset on it, and I think it again had a skit, and it's just like the butt of the joke is like there's just this old man who like doesn't understand like what's going on. He's like talking to Blueface in the beginning, and Blueface is like a janitor, and then they do another thing with the school bus. I don't know, all of that just seems kind of played to me, and it was all like all those videos with those themes came out really close together. So for those reasons, definitely going with Honest. All right, next up we have Who Wants Smoke, the Nardo Wick, Lil Durk, G Herbo, 21 Savage video. I think that's it. And then Tell Me You Love Me, the Trippie Redd and Juice WRLD video. This one I think is pretty easy too. I'm gonna go with Who Wants Smoke. The Tell Me You Love Me video I think was made posthumously. I don't know if I'm saying that word right, but it was made after Juice WRLD passed, and I think the tribute is really beautiful, and I think that the video was as good as it could be. But I think in terms of like overall music video, Who Wants Smoke was another one that had like movie level production, it seemed like, and a lot going on, a lot of extras in that video, like the people fighting in the building, and like the stuff with the windows at the I think it's at the end of the video for G Herbo's part with the water outside was really cool. The fire stuff looked really great. The sets were all really cool. 21 Savage had great charisma and energy in the video. He was very low key, like not a lot of energy, but it like fit the vibe. I don't know, I really like that video. I think that's a somewhat recent one of Cole's and Lyrical Lemonade's that I really like. So for those reasons, I'm gonna do Who Wants Smoke. So now we're moving over to the other side of this bracket, and we've got Off D's, the JID and J. Cole video, and Three-Headed Goat, the Polo G, Lil Baby, Lil Durk music video. In terms of a music video, I think that Three-Headed Goat is a lot better. In terms of like a song, Off D's is probably a better song. I do feel like Off D's was pretty simple. I don't know if that was due to like time constraints, but I think that Three-Headed Goat is a better video. I don't know. This one is a little tough. I think I'm gonna go with Three-Headed Goat. I think it was a better video. I think that the song matched the energy of the video better than Off D's matched the energy of the video. I didn't really like the color grade on parts of Off D's. I don't know, I just didn't like the color grade. I didn't like the vibe of some of the stuff. Okay, next up we have Yay Energy by Lil Yachty, and then Doja by Central C. So, okay, I'm gonna pick Doja, and I'm gonna tell you why. Yay Energy is cool, but I had a sort of a problem with like the iPhone videos and the message behind them, and not like a problem like I'm mad, but I do feel like the intention, and I think this was the first iPhone video he did. I feel like his intention and message, the message that Cole had about these videos was like, you don't need a bunch of equipment and a huge budget to like make a good music video. Like, I'm gonna shoot this on an iPhone and show you. And they did a lot of it just out in public, I know, but they also like shot at the Mets stadium, which is cool, but I feel like that kind of defeats the purpose of shooting on an iPhone, because the average person with an iPhone is not going to be able to shoot at the Mets stadium. And I don't want to sound like too much of a hater. I understand. That's probably my biggest critique of like Lyrical Lemonade recently, is I feel like the message in the iPhone videos was lost in a lot of them. I will give a pass to Emperor of the Universe and the Lucky video. Yeah, for those reasons, I'm definitely going Doja. Let me know if you disagree with me on the whole iPhone thing in the comments. I appreciate any perspective, and like, again, I don't want to be a hater, but I just feel like it was kind of a weird way to show that message, especially right off the bat. Okay, next up we have Post Malone's Motley Crue, and we have Glaive's 1984. I think that this one's pretty easy. I think that Glaive's gonna take this one. 1984 seemed like kind of Cole getting out of his comfort zone a little bit, very much to a success. He hadn't really done hyperpop or worked with a hyperpop artist before, and I think it was cool to see him kind of branch out into that and be open-minded and kind of embrace it with open arms. I feel like the video is really cool too. A lot of aesthetic shots. I love the shots in the house. Super aesthetic, fit the vibe of the song perfectly. I love the effect where Glaive is walking and there's like, he's like coming into his body as he's walking through that kind of like beautiful field. I feel like the 3D work, which seemed a little similar to the YNW Melly's 3D work, was a lot better in the Glaive video, and I just appreciated the vibe a lot more. Motley Crue, obviously a great video, but it sort of has the issue that I have with some of Cole's work, which is like, it just feels very like corporate-y, overproduced. And I like some of the smooth edits. I like those smooth transitions. But past that, it just felt like kind of a basic video. It felt very big and cinematic, but didn't have a lot of personality to it, in my opinion. So that's why I'm going with 1984. Okay, next up we have What's Poppin', Jack Harlow and Valley's Skinny. There's aspects of Skinny that I really enjoy. I love the minimalist like edits with the text, like the triple text throughout the video. And I think that the vibe of the video fits the song very well. It's kind of low-key, a little grimy. I think there's a lot of grain on the video and the colors are very desaturated. I remember liking that video a lot when it came out. And I feel like it's kind of underrated as a Lyrical Lemonade video. And I feel like it still holds up. What's Poppin', I think I might have to give it to, just because obviously that song was kind of a cultural phenomenon. I feel like it was so big. I feel like that type of video is a good balance from like Cole's personality and style, I think does shine in it, but it also feels like it had a nice budget and like had a very nice production value, but not to the point where it seemed like it was suppressing Cole's abilities and like talent and like style that shines through in some of his like lower budget stuff. So I feel like this is a good example of it. I don't know, just having a good balance. So I'm gonna go with What's Poppin'. Okay, next up we have Change Lanes by Kevin Gates and Red Roses by Lil Skies and Landon Cube. I think this one's super obvious. Change Lanes, I actually had to just go watch and refresh my memory on, because I don't even think I watched it all the way through when it first came out, and I've never revisited it. I think this is another pretty low point in, you know, the lore of Lyrical Lemonade and Cole Bennett. Kevin Gates seems very low energy, almost like he doesn't want to be there, which is not Cole's fault, but it definitely doesn't help the video. And the video in general almost seems like it was rushed and just a little low effort. Like, I thought at the time it was going to be crazy, because it was like Cole's working with Kevin Gates. Kevin Gates is kind of like, I wouldn't say Kevin Gates is a legend, but he's a huge artist. And like, I feel like that was a step for Cole, but I feel like it didn't really exceed any expectations. And it just, I don't know. Like I said, it seems like nobody was interested in that video. So for that reason, I would pick pretty much anything over this one, but it's also Red Roses, which is like maybe the quintessential Lyrical Lemonade classic video. I think some of the effects, since it's a little older, like haven't aged super well. Obviously, I think if Cole, you know, tackled this video today, it would be a lot cleaner, a lot more like seamless, but classic video, pretty long video too. And like, I feel like it doesn't get boring, which is hard to do when you're making a video over like 2.5 minutes. So the stuff with the RV is classic. It's such a memorable video. Like the planet in the back too, when Skies is walking, and the stuff with the roses hanging. I don't know. That was just like a classic video. A lot of those effects, it was just like, this video changed the game, I feel like, because it had Cole's unique style that's become so commonplace now throughout music videos. And it was like really popular. So it was like, it popularized all that. The themes of it, I don't know, just the editing, the way things are cut, all got solidified, I feel like, in this video. And this is like the quintessential Lyrical Lemonade video. And it's legendary for that reason, so definitely picking that one. Okay, this one's kind of interesting too. We have Kid Leroy's Let Her Go and then Lil Tecca's Ransom. Maybe controversial opinion. I think I like Let Her Go as a song better than Ransom, but I think I like Ransom better as a video. So I'm gonna pick Ransom. I feel like that video was a lot more fun. Obviously, Tecca and Cole have, you know, really good chemistry, and it seemed like they had a lot of fun making this video. And I think a lot of that stuff, like if you're having fun making the video, transfers into like the viewer having fun when they're watching it. If you're not having fun when you're like making the video, I think it's hard for anyone. It bleeds through. I think it's hard for anyone to have fun watching the video. But this one, it seemed like they had a lot of fun. It felt a little run and gun, which I appreciate. I don't know. I think overall it's a better video for sure. Let Her Go is a pretty good video too. I agree, but some of it seemed a little, I don't know. There's some scenes in Let Her Go which I didn't really get. There's some scenes with like the girl, and I feel like there's a shot on the girl's face which lasts like way too long, and it almost felt like he just didn't have anything else to cut to, which been there, trust me. But I don't know. I feel like Ransom's a clear winner. Okay, next up we have a Kid Leroy and Lil Tecca collab with Diva, and then we have Lil Pump's Flex Like Ooh. Maybe the nostalgia talking again, but I feel like Flex Like Ooh is a better video. I feel like it fits the vibe of like what Lil Pump was at the time a lot better. It just matches Lil Pump's image so well. Flex Like Ooh is kind of an underrated classic in terms of Lyrical Lemonade for me, and it was kind of right before Pump blew the fuck up. I don't know, I just thought it was so cool when it came out. I had actually they shot this shortly after South by Southwest in 2016, and I remember because Pump had come out to Dallas and I had shot a vlog with him in 2016, and he talked about, we talked about like seeing each other again at South by Southwest, but he didn't end up coming while I was there, so I didn't get to see him again. I met Cole at that South by Southwest. But anyways, this video came out shortly after that. I think they shot it in Austin, Texas. I might be wrong, but I know that Pump did eventually end up flying out and Cole was out there, and I think they shot it in that area, like kind of right after I had met both of them. And it was just kind of crazy to see. So I might be a little biased. Diva's a cool video. It's a great video. Also, that song's pretty good too. But not a lot I'm remembering about it that like super stands out. Anyways, kind of a long rant, but I'm gonna go with Flex Like Ooh for sure. Next up, we have Ski Mask by Smoke Perp and Tatiana by Blueface. This one's pretty easy for me. I don't really even have a lot to say. I'm gonna go with Ski Mask, another kind of underrated classic. I think that was the first video that Smoke Perp did with Cole Bennett, and I feel like that was the beginning of like everything that Lyrical Lemonade would become. I think the argument can be made that the stuff that he ended up doing with Dex was like the kind of thing that like lit the fire of like Lyrical Lemonade, but I feel like this was kind of a monumental collab too, and like what it led to with their other videos. And Lil Pump was in the Ski Mask video, Pump and Cole obviously collabing and making like D-Rose and stuff like that. I mean, crazy. So I feel like that's just more important video. Tatiana, don't have a lot to say, not a very memorable video. It's a remix too, so I feel like remix videos aren't always that memorable, and it just felt a little like uninspired to me. So definitely going with Ski Mask. All right, next up we have So Done by Kid Leroy and Godzilla by Juice WRLD and Eminem. Gotta be honest, I'm gonna go with So Done. I think the video was really aesthetically shot. I think they shot it all on film, which was really cool. I love stuff that's like shot on real film. Godzilla, I'm not crazy about that song. I just feel like the video is trying too hard. I think that it's cool that Cole has worked with Eminem. I appreciate the like generational difference, importance of like, you know, an older generation collabing with a newer generation, but I don't know. It just, I don't I don't think it's that good, to be honest. I think it's well shot, and I like the Dr. Dre cameo, and Mike Tyson's in it, but I don't know. So I'm gonna go with So Done for sure. I think that's a better music video. Next up, we have Shot of Flow 5 and Ellie Choppa, and then Edging, the Blink-182 video. This one, I guess, is gonna be like Cole's version for this video. I'm gonna go with Edging. Shot of Flow 5, I don't really even remember it. So not that it wasn't good, but I don't remember anything about it. Edging, I think, was cool to see Cole kind of step out of his comfort zone and make totally different genre. I don't think he's gone really anywhere close to pop punk or alternative as much as he did with this video. So cool to see him work with Blink-182. Obviously, that's pretty legendary. I feel like a collab like this also has like a generational difference, like the Eminem video, but this one made more sense and felt more genuine in my opinion. And obviously love the little Tracy cameo. That was cool. So definitely going with Edging for this one. Okay, next up is another huge classic, D-Rose, one of my favorite Lyrical Lemonade videos of all time. Everything about it is perfect. The vibe is perfect. The mood is perfect. The song is perfect. I love Lil Pump D-Rose music video. It's so good. I cannot stress that enough. It's perfect. Everything about it is perfect. Is it a little dated? Maybe you can make that argument just with some of the effects and stuff, but like it's perfect and it's so legendary. Still counting. I love Yeat. I'm a huge Yeat fan. Everyone knows I love Yeat. This kind of suffers from what I was talking about with the previous iPhone videos. I can put a picture up too, and this is a picture of them shooting it. They have like a crazy rig, and they're shooting in like this giant green screen studio. And there's nothing wrong with that. I don't know. It just kind of like, if you're shooting on an iPhone to show people you don't need a bunch of budgets and big stuff, why are we using like a huge rig? I just don't get it. I feel like it messes with the message and it's just weird. Definitely gonna go with D-Rose. I do love the Still Countin' video and I love that song a lot, but it just doesn't hold up to D-Rose in my opinion. Next up we have Shot of Flow Remix, NLE Choppa and Blueface, and then SoFago's Knock Knock. This one's pretty easy for me too. It's probably gonna be Knock Knock. Shot of Flow Remix wasn't that memorable, didn't have a lot like special going on. Knock Knock on the other hand, super cool. Love the Tim Burton vibes. Love like the color grade and like the color palette, the black and white, his suit with the pinstripes, and that shot with him in the box is very cool. I just feel like that was overall a better video, a lot more entertaining. So I'm gonna go with Knock Knock, SoFago for sure. Okay, wow. Another classic. All Girls Are the Same, Juice WRLD, and What Happened to Virgil, Lil Durk, and Gunna. Kind of obvious. I'm gonna go with All Girls Are the Same. That was a crazy video. The drawing, like the little animations in that, I don't think were like really good, but they matched the vibe of the video. That video is also, it's just legendary. The moment and time that captured was legendary. I remember I followed Cole Bennett on Twitter and he tweeted out like a picture, or he retweeted a picture of Juice WRLD and said something along the lines of like, they're not ready, or like we have something dropping in a week. It was like, I think he retweeted a picture of Juice WRLD and I think it had like 9 likes. And I remember being like, who is this guy? And then this video dropped and I watched it right when it came out. Like that song was crazy. And then I listened to it all night long. I remember I love that song so much. The shot where there's like a kind of a vortex behind Juice, and he did a lot of the pixel sorting in that video too, which was the first time I've seen pixel sorting. I don't know, I think that's just a legendary video. What Happened to Virgil? It's very well shot, high production obviously. Again, kind of suffers from like it seems kind of corporate-y, a little uninspired, a little like too nice, if you know what I mean. I don't know, it just doesn't, I don't think a lot can match up against All Girls Are the Same. So for that reason, that one's moving forward. Next up, we have another Juice WRLD song. We have 2 Juice WRLD videos actually. We have Bandit, Juice WRLD with NBA Youngboy, and Nuketown, Ski Mask Slump God, and Juice WRLD. I think that this one definitely has to be Nuketown. I think that video overhaul is a lot more in line with like the mood of the song and like the themes of the song than Bandit is. Bandit's a great video. I just feel like a lot of the themes in Bandit were kind of random and didn't mean a whole lot or have like a whole lot of intent around them. I think they looked good. Some of the swamp stuff I didn't like. I didn't feel like fit the vibe, but I don't know. Nuketown, however, I think had a really good, that's another video I feel like had probably a way bigger budget and like more production value, but you could still feel Cole's like style shining through. I thought the VFX were pretty good. Yeah, and I feel like Ski and Juice had such great chemistry. It was cool to see them on camera together. So for that reason, definitely going with Nuketown. All right, next up we have Tell 'Em, Snot, and Cochise. And then we have Nowadays, Little Skies, and Landon Cube. This one's a little tough for me. Neither of these like stick out in a big way. Nowadays felt like a little bit of a letdown when you compared it to something like Red Roses. I just feel like I get the whole high school vibe, but it didn't have a lot going on. I do like the planet effect that he was kind of doing around the time. I thought that looked cool. Tell Him, I probably like that song a lot better, but the video didn't do a whole lot for me. This one's a little tough. I think I might go with Tell Him, to be honest. Just because I feel like overall it's a better video. It's well produced, just a little boring in some parts, and maybe felt a little rushed. But nowadays I feel like it was even suffered from the same things, but just to a higher degree. So Tell Him's moving forward. Next up, we have Noticed, Lil Mosey and Lucid Dreams. This one's tough for me too. Controversial. I know that Lucid Dreams is to date Cole Bennett's biggest video, and I don't think that it's bad, but some of the shots I just don't like, and I think they're kind of boring. And I remember watching it when it came out, and I just felt like it missed the mark. I don't know if it was intentional or not, but when Juice WRLD has his head sticking through the hole, it's like off center. It seems like an accident. So it just doesn't work very well for me. I don't like some of the shots of the girl. They just seem out of place and completely unnecessary. Lucid Dreams to me seems kind of like a dreamier type of song than like having a zombie looking girl in it. I don't feel like that fit. I do like the shots of him on the stairs and like the light shining through the blinds. I feel like those look good. I feel like the VFX were okay. It has that really long part where it like goes down from a skull and into the circles and then like zooms into the circles, and then there's like a door with like windows on each side and fire, and then the door opens and it's Juice WRLD's face, and then it like closes. It's so long, and like, I don't know. I very much feel like it takes away from the video. It's his biggest video, but it's not for me. Notice doesn't have a lot of standout parts to me either, but I do feel like it's a better video overall. I feel like it looks cleaner. I like the color grade a lot more, and I don't feel like it... Lucid Dreams just has that part with the door like I was talking about, and it's just really boring. I gotta be honest. No, I think I'm gonna have to go with Notice for sure. All right, so that concludes the first rounds of this bracket. Let's move on back to the other side and see what we're working with. All right, so we have Lil Yachty's Poland and Rack City Love Scars. I think I'm gonna go with Poland. I feel like that was overall Cole kind of at his best, doing kind of a run and gun type of thing, and it was just nice and refreshing to see him kind of return to form. And I feel like that was just kind of obviously a better video than Rack City Love Scars, and it stands out a lot more. I think I'm gonna remember Poland more than Rack City moving forward. So Poland goes next. Baby Wipe, Ski Master Slump God, and Emperor of the Universe, Babytron. This one's pretty easy for me too. I think Baby Wipe's gonna move forward. Kind of a classic Lyrical Lemonade video. Great song. Edits are very creative, very standout. I don't think that when this came out, I'd really seen anything like it. Babytron, I appreciate like the iPhone vibe, but Baby Wipe is just a better video here. All right, Don Toliver, Lemonade, and Robbery, Juice WRLD. This one's a little tough. Well, not really. I feel like it's pretty easily a Robbery by Juice WRLD. Definitely just a better video, more cohesive, a little bit legendary. Juice WRLD collab. Cole Bennett, they were going crazy for a long time. All right, next up we got Pictures, Lil Tracy, and Whipski, Snot, and Lil Skies. Nostalgia might kind of went out on this one again. I feel like it's Pictures. I feel like it's just so different than a lot of stuff that Cole's done, and like seeing his vibe with that type of music is just cool, and I think I'll appreciate it for a long time. And it's just legendary, like Tracy and Cole Bennett, so long ago. It's never happened again. All right, next up we got Polo G's 21 and Armed and Dangerous, Juice WRLD. Armed and Dangerous is a really good song and kind of holds a special place in my heart. And I do appreciate the story behind it a little bit, and like, I know it meant a lot to Cole, but I feel like as a music video, 21 is probably a better music video. So for that reason, I'm gonna move it forward. All right, next up we got Trippie Redd's Snakeskin and Ski Master Slump God, Catch Me Outside. I feel like this is pretty easy too. Catch Me Outside is just such a classic and kind of set the tone for a lot going on in music videos and edits and just stuff that's still happening today. Snakeskin, the more I think about it and talk about it, I do appreciate it. I think a lot more now than I did when it came out, because I do like the aesthetic. I like the set. I like that the set didn't seem like it was trying to be something. It almost looked like we were supposed to be on a set, and I really like how they pulled that off. But Catch Me Outside is just so classic. And I feel like Ski Mask had better charisma, and that really helped the video. The part where his hat falls off, I love it. So funny. Catch Me Outside, Moving Forward. Fuck a Swisher, Smoke Perp, Xavier Wolf, and I, Lil Skies. Nostalgia, I don't think is gonna win on this one. I think I is kind of the clear winner. It's a lot better video, a lot more creative. The way the video flows and like the edits and like some of the floating stuff, I think is a lot better. I'm pretty sure it's all fake camera movement or majority fake camera movement. I feel like that was really well done and fits the vibe of the song perfectly. So I'm gonna go with I. All right, next up we got Honest, the Justin Bieber video, and Who Wants Smoke, Nardo Wick, 21 Savage, Lil Durk, G Herbo. I think for this one, I'm gonna go with Who Wants Smoke. Who Wants Smoke feels like more of a Lyrical Lemonade video than Honest. They both feel very high budget. Honest maybe a little more. Who Wants Smoke I feel like matches like the integrity and theme of like Lyrical Lemonade a little more. Since it does that, I feel like it's a better video. So I think I'm gonna go with Who Wants Smoke for this one for sure. All right, we've got Lil Baby, Lil Durk, and Polo G's Three-Headed Goat, and Central C's Doja. I didn't really talk about Doja last round just because I think I went on a rant about Yay Energy. Doja, I think was cool. Honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, Doja probably takes the cake here. I think that Cole was able to get pretty creative. I like the color grade. I like the scene with him in the cars. I thought the camera work was pretty good and interesting and kind of refreshing to see. It felt a little more Cole than some of the other stuff on this list, and it's a pretty recent video. I appreciate when you can like see the roots of the person shooting the video, even in their newer stuff. And I think Three-Headed Goat's pretty good, but I think now that I'm looking about this and thinking about it a lot more, I think Doja kind of takes the cake here as an overall better video. Glave's 1984 and Jack Harlow's What's Poppin'. This one's a little tough for me. I think in terms of a music video and like aesthetics and how well everything's shot, I'm gonna go with 1984. I think it was, like I said earlier, kind of Cole getting out of his comfort zone, and I feel like he did really well with it. And I'd love to see him work on more stuff with Glaive or other artists in that lane. I think he'd bring something cool to it for sure. So I'm gonna go with 1984. I feel like that's definitely a better video. It's just kind of a tough one. Ransom, a classic Lyrical Lemonade video, and Red Roses, maybe the most classic Lyrical Lemonade video. I think I just kind of answered my own question. I think it's Red Roses. That video is just so classic. And Ransom is great, but it's Red Roses. How can you not move Red Roses forward? We got Smoke Perp and Lil Pump, Flex Like Ooh, and Ski Mask. This is a little tough, and these guys are such great friends to this day. So kind of, putting them against each other is a little odd, but I think in terms of a music video, it's probably Lil Pump's Flex Like Ooh for sure. Everything that Ski Mask does right, and there's so much of Cole's creativity and style in that video, I think that there's just as much of it in Flex Like Ooh, and it's been more refined. So I think for that reason, I'm gonna move this one forward. Next up, we have Kid Leroy's So Done and Blink-182's Edging. I might have to go with So Done because it was shot on film. I do appreciate that. Edging is cool though, because it is Blink-182, but my criticisms of this video would be that it's very like kind of typical band video. And I know that's new for Cole, so I wouldn't expect him to come out the gate with working with this genre with like a crazy reinventing how alternative or like punk or like pop punk videos are done, but it's also not doing that. I think I'm gonna go with So Done. I feel like it's a better video. Next up, we have D-Rose and Knock Knock. I'm gonna go with D-Rose, I feel like that might be controversial, but I don't know. I think it's D-Rose. I think the energy and the vibe and everything just like synced up perfectly. This is a good example of like maybe both of them being inexperienced at what they're doing just ended up making the video better. Knock Knock is great. I think it's one of Cole's better recent ones, but I'm gonna have to go with D-Rose. Next up, we got two Juice WRLDs again. We got All Girls Are the Same, and we got Nuketown, Juice WRLD, and Ski Mask. It's more of Ski Mask's song. In completely different ways, these videos are kind of similar in like matching the vibe of the song, which I think is the most important part of a music video. But I feel like All Girls Are the Same is just more classic, so I'm gonna move that one forward. All right, next up, we got Snot and Cochise, Tell 'Em, and Notice Lil Mosey. I'm kind of running into the same problem with both of like the previous matchups from either. I feel like both of these videos are kind of not super memorable. I don't know. This is tough. I don't know. I'm just gonna go with Noticed feel like it makes more sense for some reason. All right, moving back over to the other side, getting closer to the end here. Got Poland and Baby Wipe. This is tough. Poland, I'm just, the more I think about it and the more it moves forward, I appreciate a lot of the stuff going on there. I appreciate how well like the sign replacement is. I appreciate the grain on the video. I think it looks really cool. I appreciate like the Babytron cameo. I appreciate that it looked like they had fun. I think that Lil Yachty's very charismatic. And I feel like that's a good video, especially recently for Cole. Baby Wipe is pretty legendary though. I don't know, this is tough. I think I'm gonna go with Baby Wipe just because it set a little bit more of a tone for like where things ended up going. And I feel like it was Cole experimenting a lot and kind of honing in on like what would become more his style in the eyes of like the masses, if that makes sense. So I think I'm gonna go with Baby Wipe. That one's a little tough. I wouldn't have expected that to be tough, to be honest, but that was a little tough for me. We got Robbery and Pictures. I do love the Tracy video. I feel like if we're being real though, Robbery is obviously a better music video. So I don't know. I think we're going Robbery for sure. Don't have a lot to say about those two against each other. I do love Pictures though. All right, we got 21 Polo G and Catch Me Outside, Ski Mask the Slump God. I really like 21. I feel like it's a cool video. And I feel like it was pretty creative and like, I know that one-shot videos are really hard to pull off. I think I'm gonna go Catch Me Outside. It's just so legendary and it set the tone. Like I said last round, it set the tone for like what a lot of music videos became and like what a lot of edits were. I feel like it's just so legendary in that regard. So I'm going Catch Me Outside for sure. And Who Wants Smoke. This is tough because Who Wants Smoke is better produced. It's like a better video, but fits. I don't know how to explain it. There's an element to that video that just fits the song so well. I feel like a lot of the camera movements and what's going on is pretty creative. I'm going I'm just trusting my gut there. I'm going All right, we're moving back over. We're flying through this thing. All right, we got Doja and 1984. I'm starting to feel like I'm kind of rating these on different scales too, but I don't know how else to do it. I feel like 1984 is a better video and matches the song more. Doja's more fun though. And like I said, I feel like it's definitely more recent than 1984 and I appreciate the vibes of it. But I might go 1984. I feel like that might be controversial, but I don't know. I'm feeling 1984. All right. Red Roses and Flex Like Ooh. It's Red Roses. Again, it's just too classic. And it's so Cole Bennett. It's so Lyrical Lemonade. It's just a great music video. I feel like nobody would argue with me on this one. So I feel pretty good about that. All right. So Done, Kid Laroi, and D-Rose, Lil Pump. I feel like I'm showing my age here. I feel like some of these match-offs might have like too much of the older stuff. But I feel like D-Rose is better. I feel like it matches the vibe better. I feel like it's more iconic. It's definitely more iconic. I feel like I will hear people talk about D-Rose more than I will ever hear anyone talk about So Done. So I'm gonna move D-Rose up. All right, All Girls Are the Same, and notice this is easy. I don't feel like anything really needs to be said. All Girls Are the Same for sure. All right, we're headed back over, and things will probably get kind of interesting. Some of these I'm surprised are still in here. We've got Baby Wipe and Robbery. I don't know, they're so different, and I like them for different reasons. I think I like Baby Wipe more. Robbery's probably more of a classic, if we're being honest. And it is really good. Robbery's a great video. I'm going Robbery. All right, Catch Me Outside and wow. I didn't realize how much I liked until I started making this video. It's Catch Me Outside though. It's gotta be. Oh man. We're getting down to the brass tacks here. 1984 and Red Roses. I don't know what to do because Red Roses is so iconic, but 1984 is probably better, aesthetically at least. Oh man, I'm gonna go Red Roses. Again, kind of feel like more people are gonna talk about this one and still talk about it than 1984. We've got D-Rose and All Girls Are the Same. These are getting hard. Damn, I really don't know. I'm gonna go All Girls Are the Same. I feel like it's just like, if you're being real, you know? Moving back over, getting down to what the finals basically. So yeah, we have Robbery versus Catch Me Outside. I think it's Catch Me Outside. I think that's just more iconic. Robbery's a great video. Juice and Cole obviously are a great duo, but so are Ski and Cole. And this video is iconic. I feel like it changed the game. We're going Catch Me Outside for sure. We've got All Girls Are the Same versus Red Roses. Man. Again, Red Roses, quintessential Lyrical Lemonade video. Really helped put everyone on the map, I feel like. Was really a moment in time. All Girls Are the Same, I feel like wasn't a moment in time. When it came out, it took a while to become a moment in time. I think I gotta go All Girls Are the Same. It's just a better video. I will say maybe it's slightly less iconic, but again, it's just more Lyrical Limit. Well, no, I'm going with it. I'm going with All Girls Are the Same. All right, so this is our final matchup, which I don't think I would have guessed this when I had this idea to make the bracket, and even as I've been going through it. We have Ski Master Slump God, Catch Me Outside, and Juice WRLD, All Girls Are the Same. Again, I have to say, Catch Me Outside like really set the tone for a lot of music videos that came out after. For like everybody, not just Cole. Like I think it influenced, in terms of aesthetic and influence, I feel like Catch Me Outside is more quintessential. All Girls Are the Same, I think the answer is obvious here. I think All Girls Are, I can't talk. All Girls Are the Same. I think that just being a legendary Juice WRLD song is kind of clouding my judgment here, because I do think Catch Me Outside overall is a more iconic video in general, in the context of Lyrical Lemonade, in the context of what was going on at the time and how important these videos were to like what was going on at the time and like the scene and the culture. Not that All Girls, I cannot say that. All Girls Are the Same. Not that it's not important, but Catch Me Outside I think is a clear winner. I'm going Catch Me Outside for sure. I feel good about that. Okay, anyways guys, thanks for watching me do this bracket. I hope it was fun. Let me know what you agree with, don't agree with, any hot takes, I'd love to hear them. Roast me in the comments if you feel like. But I had a lot of fun doing this. I love talking about this stuff. I feel like I kind of got into my groove as I went throughout the video. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. I want to move into making content like this. I really love talking about music. I think it's fun. I'd love to bring some other people on here, my friends, Zach, anyone that, you know, we could talk about, make more brackets or do like tier lists or just talk about music. It's fun for me. I love doing it. I hope that you guys love it too. Give me feedback. I'd love to hear it, good or bad. Like I said, I have a Patreon. It's $5 a month. If you want to support the channel, it would mean a lot to me. But no pressure. I also have merch. If you want to support the channel, that's another great way. And yeah, just leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe if you like my stuff. I'm still going to have plenty of music videos and stuff, interviews, the live sessions. None of that will change. I just kind of wanted to branch out content-wise and, you know, kind of build a better relationship with my audience. I feel like I just don't have that. And I would love to. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. Appreciate y'all a ton. Hope y'all are having a great day, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.